So the main goal for today is this day 5 of owning the Kaizen Speed car, as you can see. So for today's game plan, basically I'm going to get this car off the lift. I'm going to put the other car, the old street chassis, on the lift, and I'm going to pull that whole setup out so I can get the motor refreshed. That way we can be getting this in here over the winter time when I get the motor back. And I'm still up in the air on H2B versus H2H all-wheel drive. If somebody wants to chime in and start giving some ideas there, or their thoughts or opinions, I'm all ears, because I'm not 100% on this, so don't quote me, but I believe that if I did the bell housing, is that right? Okay, maybe I'm wrong. I think I'm wrong. I think either way I have to run a cable shifter. If I wind up going B series all-wheel drive, it'll wind up still being a cable shifter, and if I'm H series all-wheel drive, it's still going to be a cable shifter. So honestly, if I'm going to do it that route, in my mind, I think H2H is the way to go. So that's the game plan for today. I'm also going to do a time lapse of start to finish on pulling the motor. Should take me a couple hours. I'm going to take my time. The car's pretty dirty, and I'm sure there's rusted bolts and stuff, so I haven't driven the car in that street chassis in like I don't know, 6 years, 7 years. I wound up actually getting in a wreck with that thing, and it was like 30 miles an hour wreck, but my kid was in the back seat, and it shook me up real bad, just even the thought of having that type of car and having my kid in the back seat. So sorry, I'm fiddle-a-dallying with my beat up hat here. Well, yep, I'll share some of those pictures of when I wrecked the car, the street car, and then I actually had it back together the following week, repainted all by me. Redid the whole front core support myself, welded it in, painted it before I welded it in, and then painted the whole front end of the car, and then put it all together. So it was a Taffeta white, 99 to 2000 white. Anyways, I'll go ahead and get started on that. Alright, so to finish up the day here, I forgot to mention earlier, I did call Bill Miller Engineering today. Got to speak to Bill directly, and he said that Speed Factory actually has H22 connecting rods, which I found interesting because on Bill's website he doesn't have any H22s listed. And then when I called Speed Factory, I talked to Nate, and come to find out they do have some H22 BMEs that they can sell. However, they have to have Bill Miller Engineering make them first per their specs. So the last set sold of these, you might guess, are currently on the world's fastest H22 front-wheel drive car. I'm not going to say the name. Anyways, that car has them. They must be working. That's where we're going. So then I get to talking to Nate at Speed Factory, and I said, well, what about pistons? What about BME pistons? Is that a chance of thing? He said, no, I don't know, but I could get a hold of them to see how, if they could do that, whatnot, etc. Then I started doing some research. We're probably going to do BME rods on the H22 through Speed Factory per their specs, and we're probably going to do Arias, I think I said that right, pistons, which were initially was what Speed Factory was running before they went to the BME style outlaw stuff. I think that Arias also was considered an outlaw piston as well. So the thing is, though, they only offer the Arias in an 87.5 millimeter bore. Why? Like, seriously, why? I mean, if you're gonna offer a piston, why would you not offer, at least offer it in the stock bore size, 87? Why would you offer it in a half over and not have the 87, 85, 87.5, 88, etc.? Anyway, so I started doing some research, and it sounds like the Arias is the right way to go, or even just a CP piston as well. I already have CPs in there, but they're not the CPs that were made when Carilla took over CP, and now Carilla, CP, and Arias are all one, as those Arias was bought in 2017. So a lot of stuff going on. Gonna probably run me about close to $3,000 to do a refresh on this thing and have it ready for about 12 to 1400 horsepower. That's where I want to start out. So that's that portion. Now, earlier today at lunch, I posted in a H2B Facebook group. I'm throwing it out there. I was like, maybe somebody knows the dude who got lucky enough to get the turbo manifold from the original the Kaizen Speed cars air-to-water turbo manifold. If I could get that, that's going to save me probably 40 to 50 hours of labor to build a manifold. So I'm like, I just put it out there. Does anybody know who got that manifold? Well, a guy hits me up, and he has the original V1 manifold from Kaizen Speed and Jamie Davilla's manifold. And I was like, whoa, hold on a minute here. Without knowing read too much, I just kind of read some of the stories online and whatnot, and not knowing what happened to the Kaizen Speed car, if you do enough research, you're going to find a period of time where Blackheart, aka Jamie Davilla's car, is sitting right next to the Kaizen Speed's car, while that's in the corner. None of the pictures show the motor in the Kaizen Speed car at the time. I truly believe that it went into Jamie Davilla's or as a backup for Jamie, but I'm not certain of that, so don't hold me to it. But one thing that I saw was the manifold for Davilla's car has the two wastegates coming upwards in the photo that this guy has. Exactly in the same spot where the one for the KS Tuned car is. But the manifold comes over more to the right, and the turbo is more to the right to fit an air-to-air cooler, not an air to water. So the hunt is on. I'm going to continue talking to that gentleman tonight, and maybe we'll get somewhere. If I can hunt down that turbo manifold, I'd love to run it. I'd love to run their intake manifold as well, but I'm trying to bring the car back as much as possible, but with an understanding that I can't do that, and there's new technology out, so maybe we could make it a little bit better in the process. Anyways, just stay tuned. It's gonna get interesting from here. I'm gonna try to update you guys as we go. The car, luckily we had a sandstorm and a rainstorm come in all at once. Luckily we were able to get the car to the storage unit before it all hit. So thank God I went in and just knocked out pulling the motor and getting the car ready to be loaded up and taken to storage. So that's the update for today. Thanks for staying tuned. I appreciate y'all. Have a good night. We're gonna be camping this weekend, but I'll start back up next week and give you some more updates as they come.